Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I decided to once again take some inspiration from Larry Reads because she is queen and she gives me my inspo for books. Not reading wise. We're totally different levels of what we like. I am not a dark romance girly, but besides that, ideas wise, I don't have it in me to keep up with monthly wrap ups on this channel. I try to do it on TikTok because they're faster and just, they don't have to, you don't have to yap as much. I feel like I don't read enough through the month to make longer videos for them. My average is about 5 books a month, so I feel like I could just squeeze that into a TikTok and be done. So instead, I am doing quarterly wrap ups for the year 2025. If you don't know, like I didn't know, there are 4 quarters of the year, 3 months each. I didn't know that until like last year, but like, why would I have needed to know that? I don't know. So don't judge me, okay? It's just one of those things that's probably common sense, but I don't have it. With that being said, January, February, and March are over. We're out of the first quarter. So here are my top 5 books out of the 14 I've read in these first few months. BT dubs. 3 of these are just props because 3 of my top 5 books are not physical books. I don't own them yet. I would like to get my hands on a couple of them. Probably just one of them, honestly. But these are my top 5 of these 3 months. First up is The Things We Leave Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros. I read this on my Kindle and I rated it 5 stars. It was so good. I love Rebecca Yarros' mind when it comes to fantasy, and she's even amazing at romance, okay, or just like, would it be contemporary? I don't remember if it was a contemporary book. I'm pretty sure it is. This woman is a genius. This is one of the books that I want to go get eventually. For Christmas, whenever I have like 5 stars throughout the year that I absolutely would love to own, I asked for the physical books of those. Maybe that will be under the tree for me this year. The Things We Leave Unfinished is about Georgia and Noah. Georgia just lost her great-grandmother, who was like this amazing romance author, #1 in like the book community. So Georgia inherited like her estate, money, all that. The charity that Violet the grandmother ran. And then Noah is another world-renowned romance author. And he's coming in because Violet left behind a manuscript. And he's like, I love her writing. I love her work. I want to be the one to do this manuscript for her. And George is like, no, this was, she didn't want it made. This is the end. Nobody's getting it. Wouldn't say it's enemies to lovers, because I feel like enemies to lovers is being used very loosely now. I wouldn't say rivals to lovers either. I don't know, but they just don't get along. And it jumps back and forth between today with Noah and Georgia trying to figure out how to go about this manuscript, between the actual manuscript itself. And that is about Violet and Jameson. Jameson is, he's such an amazing man, okay? I don't know what it is about pilots in World War II, fictional wise, that do it for me, but we love Jameson. So it jumps back and forth between these 2 different timelines. We're getting to really watch Violet's life unfold before coming to America. She was in England during the war and she met Jameson, who is an American. Maybe it's just me. No, it can't just be me, but whenever there's like 2 couples in different timelines in the same book, I always pick the oldest couple. Violet also had this like streak about her. I don't know, like she wasn't mean. She wasn't a hard ass. She wasn't a pushover, basically. This book did not make me cry. It made me tear up a lot, but I wasn't like drowning in my tears, but it was still enough to be a 5 star and still my first 5 star of the year. I have thought about it almost every day. I've tried to tell multiple people to read it, so if you want to take my recommendation for a possible 5 star book, go with that one. Number 2, of course, I had to do a reread because of Onyx Storm. So I loved it. I love Fourth Wing so much. Like, there's really not much I could say, because anything I tell you, you probably already heard as to why this is a 5 star read and why it is worth your time. To be honest, I think I've reread a few of my 5 star books before and I still love them, but like it just didn't hit the same. And that's not bad at all. Like, I'll never be able to reread it or read this for the first time again, or any other book for the first time again, and I'll probably never get that feeling back. But it was like pretty close. Oh my god, wait. I will say, I did get a feeling that I felt the very first time, and spoiler alert, okay, if you haven't read this yet and you don't want to know what I'm about to say, just skip a little bit. Liam, it killed me just the same. And you know what made it worse is something about Liam's, for me, they just shatter my heart. Liam died in here, it killed me. Liam Payne died just this past October. And then I'm once again, a few months later, reading about this Liam. And then watching Walker. I don't want to spoil anything, but if you have seen Walker, Liam, Cordell's brother, he almost died in season 1, okay? So, like, it's just something about Liams for me. They don't last. Am I, like, putting you off reading this if you haven't? I'm so sorry. Just read it. Just read it and ignore my little, like, meltdown that I'm about to have over it. And the third was an audiobook. The third, Gilmore Girl by Kelly Bishop. I gave this one 5 stars. I cannot read a physical memoir. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't hit the same as hearing the person's story be told to me by said person. And teenage me, who, like, loved celebrities and loved celebrity gossip and all that, and, like, wants to know if somebody's backstory, especially if they've made it big, like, they've made a name for themselves. I want to know everything. Like, how did you get here? What did you do? Recently, if it's somebody, like, older, like, way older than me, who has been through more life, I want to know, like, your view on things. I want to know motherly advice, basically. Kelly Bishop just did that for me. Her home life, childhood, I related to it a lot. And just hearing somebody that, like, I think is an amazing actress and, from what I could tell, an amazing person, have gone through, like, kind of similar things. I don't know, it's just like a little warm hug for my soul. I also never knew who Kelly Bishop was before watching Gilmore Girls. I will not say Emily's my favorite, so I never, like, knew much about her, and this gave me, like, an insight to her past, how she got started, her on Broadway. But it was just so interesting, like, hearing how she started out dancing, and then she made it on Broadway, and then how she got into TV shows. And, like, if she never got into TV shows, Emily Gilmore would have never been the same woman, like, the same character. I really feel like whoever would have gotten it would have completely butchered Emily Gilmore. Like, she was Kelly Bishop was the perfect one. Also, hearing how she would go marching for, was it just women's rights, or was it, like, Roe versus Wade? It was something she went and marched in. I mean, I know that we've seen plenty of people with a following, people who can speak out and get more of an audience for things out there before social media, though, and really, like, pushing for something good for society. God, she's an amazing woman. I love her so much, and I love that book. Number 4 was Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone. I gave it 4 stars. I listened to it on audiobook, and it was amazing. It was so freaking good. Okay, this story is more centered around grief, but the narrator, Alex Fink, she made it so freaking funny. Like, I think Lenny was already meant to be a funny character to begin with, but Alex Fink narrating this, she made Lenny hilarious. She made Miles, who, new book boyfriend, by the way, she made Miles, like, hilarious, and she has so much range. You know, when you listen to an audiobook and there's only one narrator doing all the voices, and, like, maybe the man doesn't actually sound like a man, or maybe, like, 2 women sound the same? Well, let me tell you what this book's about before I, like, throw out all these names and confuse you. So Lenny just recently lost her best friend of, like, her soul, like, her soulmate best friend. She's, like, deeply dealing with this grief right now. She doesn't have any way to deal with it because she's just, like, putting it off and not trying to find a way. And she's currently, like, doing babysitting gigs. She's not settling down in one family. She's just, you know, getting some money where she can and being done with it. Basically just floating through life. And she becomes the babysitter for this little girl named Ainsley. And Ainsley has an uncle named Miles. How could I describe Miles? He's just not a gruff. What even is a gruff? He's just, like, I don't know. He's not the happiest man around. Lenny is amazing with Ainsley. Like, she loves her, but Miles is not. Miles is not, like, he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't have kids. He's not really around kids. He's just lost. But he wants to be a better uncle to Ainsley. He wants to be there for her and her mom, Reese. So Miles sees how Lenny is with them, and he's like, hey, can you help me? They basically strike up a deal. I help you, you help me, you know? You help me be a better uncle, I'll help you with your grieving process and just trying to get back on your feet. Okay, so this is where I could talk about the voices. So Alex Finkford Miles, she sounds not like a deep gruff man, but she sounds like a man. I don't hear a woman when she's talking. Ainsley is a little girl. She's like not even 10, I don't think. Maybe she's 10. She's 10 or younger. And she sounds like a little girl. Like, it sounds like I'm listening to a little girl talking in my headphones. Reese, the mom, sounds completely different. There's another friend in here. I don't remember her name, but it's a friend of Jericho's who is a side character that becomes one of Miles and Lenny's friends. Like, it sounds like a whole different person. If you're going to read this, which I've seen so many people love it, I'm sure you'll love it regardless, I recommend audiobook. All these people are saying that it made them cry. It made me laugh the whole time. I did not cry. I got kind of sad at certain parts, but it just made me laugh. I love a book that can make me laugh. If I'm like reading a physical book and it usually just makes me like giggle a little bit, but audiobooks like Lights Out, I listened to Lights Out and that had me laughing, but like I was doing the dishes with my headphones on with Promise Me Sunshine, full on cackling, hoping that nobody was paying attention to me because it would have just been weird. And lastly, I feel so bad putting this at number 5, but she wasn't my favorite, but it was still a 4-star read. This book was my most anticipated book of this year. I won't lie and say that I had high hopes for this book, considering how Iron Flame was, but this one was so freaking good. I laughed. I teared up. I had my jaw dropping every other minute, especially like more towards the end. With the rating it's at, it was amazing. It was not a 5-star like I said, but it was still like, it was so good. The theories that I was coming up with while reading this, the theories I've seen after reading it, the theories that while once again reading it got debunked. It was so fun. I am so excited for the next book. That cliffhanger of Violet not remembering anything, asking Imogen like, what'd you do? And Imogen being like, what you told me to do. Or her and Zay, they're married, right? Before I even say this. Okay, yeah. So Violet went missing for 12 hours. Yes, they're married. Violet was gone for 12 hours. Zayden's like, don't look for me. What the fuck do you mean don't look for me? What the fuck do you mean? You're my husband now, and I just like came to after 12 hours and you're missing. Don't fucking tell me not to go look for you because I'm gonna go look for you and you're gonna give me the worst anxiety. Like, I'm getting anxiety for Violet right now because what do you mean? And where's Garrick? Okay, where is Garrick? Look, Miss Yaros, I need you to get like 12 cups of espresso and stay at your computer and, you know, just ignore your life for a minute. Just ignore your kids, ignore your husband, whatever it is you're doing. I know she's going to be at Disney soon or something like that, which I'm very jealous. But like, I need you to be sat and I need you to be typing because I need to know what's happening right now. Brave the dark. I'm about to brave my brain because it's going to explode with how stressed out I'm starting to get again with needing to know. And this book also was just so funny. I've had a lot of funny books this year so far, and this one is all thanks to Taryn and Riddock. Mostly Riddock. I mean, you did not have to feed us the Riddock content like you did, Rebecca, but I love you for it. Like, I knew he was funny before. Hello, I've been here. We'll never, ever, ever get over when him and Riddock and Violet went to the kitchen after Garrett got poisoned with the chocolate cake. And the chef, like, he threw his knife at him and, like, you know, we all thought Riddock got stabbed inside and it just got his, like, flight jacket onto the counter or whatever. That chapter leaves off there. And then he turns around, he's like, bitch, this is my favorite flight jacket. And he's like punching him, yelling, like, I hate sewing. He's so funny. And there are my top 5 reads of Q1 of 2025. I am so looking forward to doing Q2. There are so many new books coming out within these next 3 months. Or actually, there's only really one I'm excited for that I can think of off the top of my head. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.